All right. Thanks everyone for joining with us today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, Salesforce Marketers Group Singapore. So, we're conducting the biggest marketing cloud bootcamp for our next 70 plus sessions across the marketing cloud products, which include CDP, Interaction Studio, Data Room as well. And we have sessions of CDP starting in next week onwards, from Feb 14th onwards. We have a CDP session kickstarting along with our normal bootcamp marketing cloud sessions. So once again, thank you for joining with us. To all the trailblazers who are adopting the technology, who's learning marketing cloud, want to start their career, or you're already part of a marketing cloud developer or an admin or an architect. So these sessions will help us to re-groom your skills or to learn something new on this topic. There are some few housekeeping rules. During the session, you can use the chat box. On post session, if you have any questions, you could just fill that form. There's a Google form will be given, so you can fill that form as well. So we have a sessions recorded for all the last 7-8 sessions, which is available under this YouTube. And if you sign up for the future sessions, you could just use this link, or you can simply scan this QR code as well, right? I'll just stay this 1 second, and then you can just use this links, and then you can, or else we can paste that as well. Right. So today we have an episode 8. We have a great speaker. He's one of the market expert from last couple of years working on the marketing products. And his name is Monir Neche, and he's a CEO of CZM. And today he's going to talk about a Salesforce Marketing Cloud Contact Management. So we'll quickly have some introductions, and then we're going to go through the topic, the contact management, difference between contact and subscriber, and we can talk about how to delete the contacts from Marketing Cloud. And we can talk a couple of resources, quiz, Q&A, and we can talk about what are all the next session details and the next sessions as well, right? So we have our organizing team, Abhishek, Vishal, Prashant, and myself. So we're a part of the team to enlarge our marketing skills to across the across the globe, and we want to bring the best speakers across the globe and then give some great content across this marketing cloud products. All right, so I'll hand it over to Monir. So Monir will share his screen and then he can kickstart the session. Thank you. Thanks, Monir.
Thank you. So just let me share my screen.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, Maria, great.
Yes, we can see your screen. Thank you.
Great. So thanks all, and thank you for having me. And that's a very great initiative you had with the marketer group at Singapore. So I'm very glad to be there. Today we're going to talk about contact management in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I think you had a few sessions. You talked already about contacts, but we'll focus on two things mainly, which are define exactly what is a contact and what is a subscriber, and how to delete records. So first, I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Monir. I live in France. It's been 15 years that I've been working in the marketing automation field. So I began on on-premise softwares. And now I'm working mainly with Salesforce Marketing Cloud for, I'd say, the last 6-7 years. In 2018, I launched my consulting business in France around Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And last year, we decided to shift and become an independent software vendor, still a Salesforce partner, but delivering app exchanges. So what we do today is that we create apps on the App Exchange, but focused on Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We have 2 apps live that are calendars and vouchers. You can find them there. And we have also 2 other coming. So you'll see them, I think, in the next month. And on another side, I have a newsletter, which is called the Smart SFMC Marketer, where I give mainly career advice and views about Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And by the way, since I'm talking about this newsletter, which I launched last summer, and I'm very happy that I have a lot of subscribers to this newsletter, we launched a survey about the future of SFMC jobs. So I posted it on LinkedIn. We have a lot of answers, a lot of responses, and we're learning a lot about what you people are waiting from your career, what you don't like, what you want to focus on, how you prefer to work. So it's a very detailed survey, but it's pretty quick to fill. So let's jump now to our main subject, Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So today we're going to talk about contact management. I told you we begin with what is a contact and then what is a subscriber, and we'll define the difference. Right after, we're going to talk about the deletion process in Contact Builder or through API, and why it is important. So just a word about contacts. When you work in Marketing Cloud, when you work on any marketing automation software, your marketing director, your whole team will want to know how many contacts you have in the database. Marketing is mainly on the tool side, list building. You can call it data extension lists, databases, whatever, but it's list building. If you don't have contacts, you can't perform marketing campaigns, you can't perform journeys, and you can't have relational communications with your customers, which build more revenue, more loyalty, more retention. So what you need is a way to contact your customers. So we're talking about I'd say the main asset of a company when it comes to marketing, and it's their contact list. Now, when you go to a marketing automation tool, you have two notions. You have the contacts and you have the subscriber. A contact is somebody that you have. It's a record basically that you have in your database. And this contact, you may not have an opt-in, to put it on a business side. In Marketing Cloud, contact is just a unique individual, meaning it has a unique identifier within a business unit. So you can have contact in lists or data extensions. Think of data extensions like I'd say tables in a database. You have to use a subkey to identify your contacts in Marketing Cloud. If you don't use the subkey, you can store contacts, but you'll have some you'll struggle to deduplicate them. And honestly, when it comes to Marketing Cloud, it's not a customer data platform. It's not a database. It just activates data. So do not try and perform the duplication in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, or really work on data in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. When you go to Contact Builder and you go to the all contact list, you'll find all the information about your contact and what interaction you had on your channels. The contacts are a very important topic in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, because when it comes to licensing, the customer will pay for the number of contacts stored. And by contacts, I mean contacts and not subscribers. So whatever you put in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, you'll have to pay for it. That's why we'll talk later about deletion, because if you don't need somebody in your database, you'll have to just remove it to avoid being over edge. Now let's go to a subscriber. In Marketing Cloud, for a contact to be defined as a subscriber, he must have received a message. So it can be an email, but it can also be an SMS or a push, whatever the channel, he needs to have received a message. That's what a subscriber is in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. If I take a step back and just look from a marketing automation view, I'd say a subscriber is somebody who has opted in. So it's not exactly the same thing, but when you're talking about Marketing Cloud, he must have received a message. I'm just telling you this because when you'll be working on your projects, the business may tell you you have 1 million subscribers, but if they didn't receive the message within Marketing Cloud, you can't say you have 1 million subscribers. So the words are important. So how are they different? Again, in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, when you go to Contact Builder, you have this All Contact tab, and you see here in the top left, you have the contact count, and here you have the channels. So when you have a subscriber, it's a subscriber to a channel. An individual can be a subscriber on multiple channels, but still it's the same contact. Well, you can see here that you have mobile lists that are just separate. To be honest, the way mobiles are managed in Salesforce Marketing Cloud is really not optimal. I think you have a session about that. So while I told you, this is a small recap. The subscriber is a contact, but the contact may not be a subscriber yet in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Again, you can have the contact in Salesforce CRM with an opt-in date, an active opt-in, and you could, from a business view, consider it as a subscriber, but in Marketing Cloud, it will not be. In Email Studio, you don't have the same vision of contacts and subscribers. So you won't see your subscriber, you won't see contacts that are not subscribers in Email Studio. This can be a bit confusing. When you're working on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, depending on the client, he can have Contact Builder in his licenses or not. If he doesn't, the way you deal with contacts will be a bit different. So remember also, a subscriber inactive, unsubscribed, meaning he opted out, will still count as a contact. So when you synchronize contact or when you import contact, you'll have to be careful not to import inactive contacts or try to avoid them. And when we say they count for Salesforce to bill you or to bill the client. I don't know if that's clear. Are there any questions I didn't see? Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna proceed now to the contact deletion process. When you delete a process, when you delete a contact, just keep in mind you won't be able to put it back, and that's the first thing. The second thing is that now you can delete contacts, and you have different ways to delete contact. When I first started working on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, it was something that was not that easy, and we had to just contact Salesforce for full deletion. So what are the ways we can use to delete contacts in Marketing Cloud? So you can delete individual records in Contact Builder. You can clear records from Channel app or Contact Builder. You can use data retention settings when you create data extensions. And the last point, you can just perform a contact deletion. So just because it's something important for delivery purposes, just know that all the tracking data will remain in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. What you won't have is just the relation to a specific contact. So you will know that you have sent a number of emails, but it will be anonymized. So let's begin with the contact deletion process. If you want to fully delete a contact information, you'll have to use contact deletion. So you'll have to select contact lists or data extension in Contact Builder and delete them, or use API. It's not something that will be that you'll perform live. It's asynchronous. You will be limited to 1 million records per request. You can do that only from the parent business unit. If you have a multi-business unit environment, you'll have to do it from the parent business unit. And the track and preference information is removed. And if the contact is added back into Contact Builder, he'll have a new ID, and you won't be able to link the previous data to the contact. So that's just to avoid. I've seen numerous clients try and delete and then import back and delete again and import back. It will be new IDs. And from Salesforce point of view, it will be new records each time. So be careful with this. You could have a 1 million record database and play with this 3 times and end up paying for 3 million. So that can go fast pretty easily. So in Contact Builder, you have to enable a functionality, which is contact delete, which you'll find in contacts configuration. It's this tab here. And you'll have here to enable the contact delete. So you just click the on. And when you manage those settings, you can choose how many days they'll be remaining before permanent deletion. It's like a safeguard. It's for you not to just click too fast and panic. So be sure. Well, honestly, I can't see any reason why you would have to delete contacts within the day or within even 2 days. Give yourself a week so everybody knows what's happening. Double check, triple check. Don't be alone when you do that. What I'm saying when I say don't be alone, I mean get approval and ask for approval, written one. I told you the main wealth a brand can have their list. So when you permanently delete a contact, there can be some side effects on the business side. So be sure everybody is aware of what is going on. Everybody has time to stop it if needed, and don't rush into that. So when the period will be elapsed, the contact information will be deleted from list and sendable data extensions. If you have contact data in non-sendable data extension, the data extensions, it won't apply to them. It won't be deleted. But since the population is not not sendable, it's not a real risk. But know that you still have some contact data in non-sendable data extensions. Why you have to know it? Because when it comes to data regulations, you can be asked to retrieve all contact data that you have in your systems. And even if you deleted contact data from sendable data extensions and lists, you still have them in non-sendable data extensions. So you have to be able to find it and list it and retrieve it. When when you refresh Contact Builder, you can work from Contact Builder. You have a waste basket, so you can select contacts or select contacts from a list or from a data extension, and you can just then choose to delete them. When you look at the view pending deletions, you will find 3 steps. The initialization, excuse me, French, trying to speak English here, of the deletion process. You have the suppression period. So that's what we just talked about. And you have the final deletion, where Marketing Cloud will remove the deleted contact information from your account. I was very happy when I saw this coming, which was it was a very weighted functionality. So let's talk about APIs now. If you work with large companies using Salesforce Marketing Cloud, there can be numerous daily GDPR requests. So what you can do in this case is use the REST API call and delete contacts by key. So here I just put the API, and you'll be able to see the suppression status when the entire batch will be processed if you use large batch. But for the same thing, then when you don't do it by API, you can use API requests to see what's the status of a single contact. Is it deleted? Is it in suppression window, etc. A lot of developers prefer this way. I don't have any preference, but if you do it this way, be sure again to track what you're doing, to document it, and to get approvals. And well, I may suggest that you use you can use Slack as a command center for this type of processes, and in some way it could be a good way to track things. We talked about data retention, so that's when you're creating a data extension. It's the second tab, I think. So you can go to the data retention policy tab and turn on the retention setting, and then you can choose what you do. What if you delete individual records, all records, or records data extensions, and you can define the retention period. It's not something you have to use alone, because it doesn't ensure regulatory compliance. So you'll have to use also the contact delete to be sure that you removed all data. Do not do it retroactively, because if you have a lot of records, large data extensions won't accept retroactive data retention policies. And it has to be something that is a best practice within the organization where you're working. Whenever a data extension is created, it's with this retention period, etc. And still, if data extensions are created manually, you won't be able to be sure that every user respects whatever data retention policy you just defined. So for large and critical companies, do like batch creation for data extensions and set data retention policies to be the same in every data extension. Well, there's an impact in about data in a send log. It will be retained unless there's an overriding data retention policy in place. So what that means is that it can't be unretained. I'd say it can be free if the data retention policy in the send log is different. But again, when we're talking about contact deletion or contact retention, you have to define guidelines at the beginning of the project. A lot of companies I worked with just began thinking about this like a year after they began the project. What are we going to do with data? When will we delete it? A lot of them discovered the subject 3 years after the project, because it's when Salesforce will come with the overage bill, and they will say, oh, we didn't buy enough contacts. So the best thing is to work on this data subject and data retention from day one. It will not take long to define guidelines and to define principles and how many time how long we'll keep data and when we will delete it. Discuss it with the brand, with the company, discuss it with the project team, fix guidelines, and automate everything. To be just about automation, Marketing Cloud is a marketing automation tool. It is important that you use the automation part of that tool. I've seen too many companies where all data extensions are created manually, all emails, no APIs, no automation scheduled. And I even saw a company that had like 8 years on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and they were shooting emails to lists, and they would import a file every time they would want to send an email. So you can see a lot of things try and automate it. If you're just uploading lists in Salesforce Marketing Cloud to shoot emails, you don't have the right to. You should just use HubSpot or something like this. But be sure to automate. That's where your skills will be important. Is if you put automation, if you have a customer that really has a short time to market whenever he thinks about an email campaign or a journey, because data is available, because everything is processed, then you can consider the project is successful. You will consider the project is successful. As for marketers, they usually don't think there was a project at all, but that's another topic. So back to best practice. Use the contact keys or contact IDs values to delete contact. You can have multiple subscriber keys, key values that are linked to a record. In this case, you should delete all the values. On a performance topic, the best thing is to have requests that will be smaller. Do not try and send 1 million record requests one after another. And what did I write here? Well, the fourth point is pretty obvious. So, yeah, you can set the suppression period to 0. I don't recommend it, but you can. And yeah, do not wait for deletions. Do not perform it as a batch on emergency. Try and delete whenever you don't need data, and try to organize your data extensions. When you're storing data extensions, give them names that will be able to find, give them codes and give them dates, so you know what's in there and what you should delete and what you should keep. Yeah, and the last point is important. You should export lists or data extensions to a file if you have a problem or if there is an error during the contact delete process. If you've been working on Marketing Cloud, you saw a bunch of automation fail, and errors can happen. If you don't know if the contact is deleted and you can see it, but it's not completely suppressed, you can have problems. So just export the lists to a file, and that will allow you to replay the deletion process if there was any problem during the process. So I think I kind of talked about all we have to address during the deletion process. You can see what happened. You have analytics and insights about your contact deletion processes. So you can find that in contact analytics, in contact builder. So you can see per day, week, or month the total of deletion process that were launched, how many are processing complete or are invalid. So that's a way to know what happened on your org and what didn't work. So that was all for me about this topic of contact management. I don't know if there's a lot of questions. So I'm gonna look at the questions. So, oh, yeah, there are questions. Hmm. Yeah, there was a question about what channels make an individual a subscriber. It's not just email, it can be SMS or push. Or I see Fanny was answering through the session.
So, Moni, so there is one more question. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate more on difference between subscriber and contacts? Who people were asking that.
Okay. So of course, can you elaborate more about hands-on documentation? Okay. So I'm just gonna go back to I mean the contacts, think of it like a database. You can have a lot of records in a database. So a contact basically has a contact key and will be a record concerning a person. So you can have in your database 100 contacts, but within your Salesforce Marketing Cloud environment, you haven't sent them, you have sent emails, SMS, or mobile push to 80 contacts. In this case, you'll have 80 subscribers for 100 contacts. From Salesforce point of view, about licenses, you are using 100 contacts. Either you're addressing them or not. And in fact, you can have 100 contacts, 80 subscribers, and within these subscribers, you can also have 10 that are inactive. They will count as contact or subscriber, but you can't address them. So that's main, or they can be inactive or unsubscribes. So that's the main difference.
Hi, Moni, you there?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that Fanny? I'm waiting.
Yeah, funny.
Yes.
I don't
We
know.
are just going through the questions, funny.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, Moni. Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So I think I just put again the slides so everybody can read, but just it's just the difference between a person that you contacted and a person that you didn't contact through a channel in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. It must be a Salesforce Marketing Cloud channel, by the way. If you're using Salesforce Marketing Cloud and some kind of custom channel, it will not count. I mean, some companies will use Salesforce Marketing Cloud and will export contacts through Automation Studio and then to a router to send mails, physical mails, letters. They wouldn't count as subscribers, but
Got it.
it's a subscriber is just Salesforce Marketing Cloud channels, and you have sent him at least one message.
There's one more question. Once we delete the contact from SFMC, is it possible to retrieve that contact?
Before you delete it or after?
After we delete.
No, you just lose it. I mean, just keep in mind one thing about this contact deletion. We're talking about a marketing process. When you're a company, from a marketing point of view, if a contact requires, because of GDPR, to delete his contact information, you have to delete everything. But still, you're a company with legal I'd say constraints. So you have something you'll have to keep. If you keep, a company will be required to keep records of transactions, mainly financial transactions, and this data will be kept in the company, but not on the marketing side. So what will happen is that you will say to the customer, we deleted everything and we kept anonymized data and perhaps some documents about what you purchased in case we can have a lawsuit after or something like this. But it will not be accessible through marketing tools. That's for general theory. In Salesforce Marketing Cloud, the deletion process is, I think I wrote it here, they are final. You won't be able to restore it. That's also why I told as a best practice at the end to keep a file with the records you want to delete, so you can replay the deletion, and you'll have it also if there is a problem and you need the data to be back. You'll have to do it before. That's why if you're not sure about the process, if you're not sure about your approbations, about the fact that everybody's okay with the deletion, you have to extend the suppression period and make sure that you have everything covered in case there is a problem in terms of process, in terms of exporting a file before to be able to replay or anything. But the answer to the main question is no. Once it's deleted, you won't be able to find it again. And even I wrote here that I don't know if it's here. Yeah, if you add back the contact in Contact Builder, you'll have a new ID and you won't be able to link to your previous contact record. So it's permanent.
Got it.
Just considered as a new person.
Noted. So is there any restore and backup functionality available in SFMC?
Not in SFMC. You can try contact and Salesforce support for this, but no, that's really permanent as a process. About it's important also to see that there's no restoring option, but you can add back the contact in Contact Builders, just that you won't be able to link it to the previous information. So what you can't do is a rollback to previous configuration and data.
Okay. So how to stop contact deletion during suppression period?
Oh, when in suppression period here, when in suppression period, you have access to depending. I'll send I'll add just you put the presentation with the recording or not?
We just put the recording and we'll send the presentation later.
Okay, I will add how you stop the suppression process. If you can stop the suppression process, I will add it in the slide. I will add a slide and you'll have it then. Therefore, I'll have okay.
Got it. Noted.
Yep.
So there's a question, is there a way to remove duplicates once synced to Marketing Cloud Contact Builder from Sales Cloud, or duplicate prevention should be done only in Sales Cloud before pushing it to Marketing Cloud?
Well, let me just, so can you repeat the question?
Okay,
I'm
so
just looking
Gerald
for,
asks, so he has a Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud, and then he's syncing Sales Cloud contacts with Marketing Cloud.
Mhm.
Now it's asking like, is there a way to remove duplicates if the duplicates have synced to Marketing Cloud Contact Builder, or do we need to prevent duplicate creation at Sales Cloud before pushing it to Marketing Cloud?
Okay. When you say, it's a question from Aishwarya, I think. When you say duplicates, what are we talking about? Same email?
Same emails, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why there is duplicates in the CRM. What I'd say is that the best way is either not to have duplicates in the CRM, or when syncing, taking only one record. But after, when you will use your records in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, when sending your emails, one email that you would send from Email Studio will not be sent 2 times to the same email address. So you have like an automatic deduplication at send when you're using Email Studio. However, if you're using Journey Builder, the email will be sent 2 times. So it is important depending on the use case. What I would recommend is to deduplicate previous to Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and or at import. I think there's a query to deduplicate that would be useful in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I will add it to. But remember, sometimes what is important to remember is that you have to deal with duplicates. That's important. What usually happens is that we send an email, and if we don't know Marketing Cloud enough, we just see that it deduplicated at send, and yeah, there's no problem. And then when you launch the first Journey Builder, you have a problem, and usually your Marketing Cloud has lived a bit, and there are a lot of users, and it can be harder to deduplicate at that moment.
Yeah, so basically Gerald is adding it to up that we would like to remove duplicates in Contact Builder because it adds to the limit of the contacts that we have in Marketing Cloud instance. So how do we remove those duplicates? Is there a way?
Yeah, there is. I just told you I will send the query after. So there's a query you can perform. Query to remove duplicates.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but just I will send the query, but what I would recommend is again to process that thing. I mean, the optimal process is not everybody sending I don't know how to say it politely, but sending bad data to Marketing Cloud, and you guys just trying to keep it to clean it. A marketing automation tool is there to activate data, so it's not a data cleansing tool, really. You can deduplicate, you can use some queries to work on data, but it has to be done before. Just tell them that in their CRM, they don't have a unique view of their customer. And it's really a CRM problem. So I'll send the query, but work on this from the root.
Got it. Okay. I think that's all, Monir. There are no more questions.
Okay, so just I'll add a slide about the suppression process, and I send the query for removing duplicates.
Got it.
That's what I noted.
All right. Thanks, Monir, for an excellent session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for an excellent session. I know this is something which, when we keep doing all this stuff, even we forgot contact versus subscriber key all the time. When we're really looking into the duplicate management and all, so suddenly our management then comes and saying that we have plenty of duplicates and we would like to get rid of those duplicates. Or as Gerald said, like there are 120K contacts you purchased, but your contact has been moved to 200K, right? So all comes with a budget of SFMC package approvals. And this session definitely helps a lot for every audience and what is the difference and everything. Thank you again.
Yeah, but just something which is not really marketing cloud, but whenever I begin a project on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, I mean, the first workshop, the first question is, what is a customer for you? So define what is a customer, and then what is a contact, and what is a lead, and what is a subscriber, and who are we addressing through these tools is really the first thing to do before everything. It will define the core of your contact model.
Got it. So ideally, the contact ID is the real unique ID which talks to all the three channels, right?
Exactly.
And when it becomes a subscriber, where when I would love to use one of the contact, which is Funny, when I've sent an email to Funny, so that becomes a subscriber.
Yeah.
And all the engagement related to that subscriber ID.
Yes.
Not contact ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the relation between both ideally. So the master data versus your rationalized data. Thanks,
Yes.
Monir. Anyone has any questions?
Sorry?
No, I think I'm just asking audience, Monir. If anyone has any questions, I think we'll happy to help them. Or else we'll kickstart the next activity, which is quiz. Thank you once again, Monir. Thank you for your time on. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. So to team, we have a next session. So I'll just showcase our next session. So we have our next session, especially on episode 9. So this talks about all the data uploads. We have a session on Saturday and Sunday as well. So next session, which is on 25th, 4th, the same time. So we're going to talk about all the ETL loads. So this is something interesting where how we can upload the data into Marketing Cloud via FTP, via Interaction Studio FTP, and how you can use SQL query activity to load the data into data extensions and all the other elements. So please feel free to join this session to learn something more on the data uploads, right? So thank you so much for joining, everyone. And I think I'll hand it over to Prashant for conducting the quiz. Thank you.
Thanks, Funny.